Hello, Steve White, Way 89 for Steve Arts 89. I'm going to try and do this review short. I just did a 15-minute review of this, and I think I can do better. Okay, out of the way, yes, it is good. It's one episode, so it's hard to tell, obviously, what the rest of the season is going to be like. There were no real issues. There are a couple of little character issues, but that can be explained simply by people being out of character due to things happening to them. So Starfleet itself, Star Trek itself, this universe seems to be intact. They are doing a continuation of the Star Trek Next Generation movie series. This is what this series feels like, what it obviously wants to feel like. They use movie music from First Contact and the other films. The tone, the colour is very much like Star Trek First Contact or Star Trek Insurrection and Nemesis. It's trying very much to just continue that universe, and it does actually achieve it. Now, like I said, we're kind of at First Contact Insurrection level Star Trek here, which wasn't the greatest Star Trek, but it is Star Trek. It does feel like Star Trek. Now, I'd heard the most amazing thing that would sell me would be the first shot. Now, I already knew what the first shot was, technically. If you consider the first title card, the first shot, it's in the 25th century. I already knew they were doing that, just like they did it for Star Trek II The Wrath of Khan. Now, that doesn't sell me because Star Trek II The Wrath of Khan is not the best Star Trek film. It's not about exploration, it's not about adventure, it's just about revenge, and it's just goodies fighting baddies, pew pew pew, spaceship battles, that's all it is. It's Star Trek 1 and 4 are the best Star Trek films because they're about exploration, knowledge, learning something, solving a mystery, solving a problem. So it's going to sell general Star Trek fans, but that sort of heavier, sort of more serious, hardcore Star Trek fans are going to need a little bit more than that. Because Wrath of Khan isn't the best Star Trek because it did betray a lot of the elements of Star Trek, the TV series. But the next shot was just space, and I'm like, well, is that the first shot? Because the first episode of Picard showed space and old-timey music, and then we got what we got. So that wasn't really a promise, but we do get space and old-timey music. Then we find Beverly. She's hiding in some sort of nebula or something, and then she's getting attacked. Now, she very uncharacteristically takes on these people who all wear masks, and they wear different masks each time, they have different faces each time. She disintegrates them. Now, would Beverly do that? A healer? Who knows who she is now after 20 years? She has not spoken to anyone in the other crew. She disappeared 20 years ago. No one knows why. She's been doing some sort of Doctors Without Borders sort of thing on the side. 20 years outside of Starfleet, so who knows who she is and what she's at the moment, but she does have a crew member with her, and spoilers, it's her son. Now, unfortunately, I heard this before I watched the episode because I was waiting to get my Paramount Plus up, which is a whole nother story. I might just do another video on it. I saw some videos that people were uploading because sometimes you can get big chunks of the episode and scenes of the episodes uploaded, and you can see most of the episode without even watching the episode, just through parts for different YouTubers. And one of them said in the title that it was her son. So I'm like, oh, thanks for that. So, but I kind of guessed that anyway. The issue is, who is the father? Is it Picard? Is that why she left? Because why would she leave if it wasn't someone in that group? It's like, it couldn't have been about that. So, and why would she not share the son if it wasn't some sort of issue or controversy or something, So that's a big, huge mess. But, we haven't even started to unpack that yet, so we'll see where that goes. Now, first thing Picard and they have to do is get a ship. I was worried they were going to find like a random ship and it was going to be like Star Trek Renegades or something, but no, they go to Starfleet. They just lie. They go to the Titan because, Riker had some sway there because, some of the crew is still the same crew that was there when he captained it. Seven's there. Now, Seven is using the name Annika. Now, at first I thought this was a good thing. I thought it was because she had sort of gotten in touch with her human self and had sort of moved away from her Borg experience. But no, the commander prefers she use it because apparently he's a bigot who has a problem with ex-Borgs. So he discriminates against Picard, he discriminates against Annika, and she does seem to feel that she has no future career because of this. Now, is this dead naming? If you look at her as an allegory for the trans experience, it is dead naming, and it's offensive. And it's disappointing because I thought she had just started using her name because people were saying it was dead naming. I'm like, that's ridiculous. She wants to use her name, she should. She's not literally trans, it's okay. But yeah, so they have dinner with the captain. They try to butter him up. He's a bit of a jerk, and he actually just says no. He says, I don't care if you're an ex-admiral, I don't care if you're a commander, you don't have a ship, this is my ship now. I'm not doing it. I didn't get where I am by breaking the rules. go sleep in your little 2-bunk cabin. He's very disrespectful, very rude. And Seven basically tries to negotiate something. He says, your loyalty is with the ship. And I'm like, he obviously doesn't understand loyalty. So while he's asleep, she takes the ship to the coordinates and wakes up Picard and Riker and says, you've got 4 minutes to get to a shuttle. And they do. And this guy wakes up to a nebula outside his window, which isn't supposed to be there. He comes up and basically says, well, you just loyaltied yourself out of a career. And she's like, I didn't have a career anyway. So he asks for a full report. They go down to the ship. They find Beverly in stasis. They find her son. He gets a drop on Will. Will smacks him. Just in time for him to say, you led them to us. And now we have the Amanda Plummer ship show up and is just, hovering over the tiny little, medical ship that Beverly has. And that's the end of the episode now. Raffi's story is an improvement. She does look like a space junkie at the start of the episode, but it's actually, she's just undercover, although she's haunted by her experience when she's actually doing that. But she gets, there's a threat to the Federation, and she has found out something to do with the Red Lady. She can't work out what it is. Last minute she works out it is, well, she gets the hunch that it's actually a Starfleet institution. I think it's a training institution. And out the front they have a red statue of Rachel Garrett. Now why it's red I don't know, but she goes, she messages them, they don't reply, and before she can do anything, a ring of light appears around this institution. It starts to collapse into the ground, and then it basically transports across and drops on top of the city. So they destroy this section of the city and then transport it on top of another section of the city. So it's twice the amount of damage. It's a huge terrorist attack, and we don't know what this is about. And that's where the episode ends. That happens, and then we get to the last sort of part of the Beverly Crusher story. And so yeah, they use the music a lot from James Horner and Jerry Goldsmith. Now I used to complain in the other shows, why can't we have the original music? Now we've got it. It feels like I'm being exploited a little bit, but it did work. It was emotional when they go to, when the ship leaves dock. It was literally, it took my breath away when the ship came out. We actually get to see it. It's sharp, it's lit. It's not like Discovery ships where they're all hiding in the light to hide the lack of resolution, not rendering fully to save money. But the problem with that is the ship does look CGI because it's so sharp. But you really get to look at it. It's some real starship porn. It's beautiful. Now it looks ugly from one angle, which the D had that problem as well. So from the side they could have had some better lighting on it, but the shuttle, the spaceship looks great, the shuttles look great, the ship looks great. We actually get to see it. There's some actual starship porn, some fan service on that level, which I think is justified. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm just very leery to feel comfortable and settle in. Now, I had to watch it on my TV, on my computer screen. I couldn't watch it on my TV because even though I signed up to Paramount Plus with a 7-day free period, so I could just cancel and not pay if it wasn't good, it wouldn't actually allow me to watch it on my TV screen. I waited till 9 a.m, didn't come up, I went to sleep, I got up at 2 p.m. the next day, it was on Australian TV, but then when I tried to view it, it actually just said the content wasn't available. So I ended up watching it on my computer screen because it worked there, but it wouldn't work on my TV. So not happy there, Paramount Plus. We've got no customer service. All I got was told that the American customer service, services, centres were out because of the time difference, and that's it. Apparently there's no customer service in Australia, no telephone number, no nothing. So whether I'll be able to watch the next episode, I don't know, because I'm going to have to work out a new subscription, so I don't know what's going to happen. But aside from those issues, the episode itself was good. It was dark. Literally, it was dark. They could have had some better lighting. I had heard that the show isn't dark like the trailers. That they just made it look like that in the trailers. That was a lie. Every scene was dark. Every location was dark. Even the bridge was dark. So that was a lie on behalf of Terry Matalas and Robert Meyer Burnett. The only one I've found. Everything else they've said is true about the show. And it does look good. I am enjoying it. I'm looking forward to the next episode. I have a couple issues with a couple little things, but they could just be character and story based. They don't need to be an issue with the whole show, the Federation, Starfleet as a whole. We'll see. Is Starfleet bigoted against Borg, or is it just this captain? Does he get past it? we've yet to see. We've got one episode. I would have preferred they just dropped the whole season, because other fans have seen 6 episodes. So the idea that the next 5 episodes aren't going to get spoiled, for fans in the next 5 weeks is pretty unlikely. And I feel bad for those fans because they have to wait 6 weeks to see a new episode. And I think they should just drop the whole season as one. But they're doing the week by week thing. So I will be watching it hopefully on Paramount Plus on my TV next week, and I'll watch this episode again, I guess. So far, everything Robert Meyer Burnett and Nat have said is true. It's looking good. I have hope for the future. I will forgive, Paramount if they give shows to people like Terry Matalas, and we get shows like this going ahead in the future. I will let Discovery go and not hold a grudge and not be like these sad people who are just going to hate no matter what. I'm willing to get on this ride and enjoy it. So far, after one episode. I'm going to go.